Covering news where you live, this is 5 News.
Well, across the U.S., thousands of unionized Starbucks workers are walking off their jobs in a nationwide strike. In our area, it's happening at the Starbucks on MLK in Fayetteville. This comes on Red Cup Day, which is when Starbucks hands out tens of thousands of free reusable cups, one of the busiest days of the year for them. Patrick Graham, a partner with Starbucks and Workers United on MLK, tells us in a press release the strike is over staffing, scheduling, and other issues. As part of the strike, we're told workers will demand that Starbucks turn off mobile ordering on future promotion days. As one of the striking workers' top concerns is that they say Starbucks has refused to bargain around promotion days. Now, this won't impact every Starbucks in our area. The one on MLK and Weddington are the only two who are unionized in our area, joining back in December of last year. And the Bentonville School Board has approved a new affordable housing proposal for teachers who work in the school district. It's the first housing proposal in the region that offers units for teachers at an affordable price. The property sits on 9 acres, but only 5 acres of the land can be developed because the rest of the area sits on a floodplain. There will be 100 units. 60 of those will be income tax supported for anyone in the community to rent. The remaining 40 will be specifically for teachers. Jeff Webster, CEO of Accelerate Foundation, says the market rate in Bentonville for a one-bedroom is about $1,500 a month, depending on square feet. But these rental units would be significantly cheaper. The price range for the rental units are between $750 to $1,000 a month. Teachers can also enter a shared equity program.
It removes a lot of the barriers to home ownership, but the big advantages of home ownership naturally are that you participate in equity as the value goes up, and your payment doesn't just go to rent that gets thrown away. You essentially get your principal back as well. So you're going to get all the paid in principal, you get that back, and you participate in the appreciation of the house.
Well, Webster plans to have all units completed and full occupancy by August 2026. Well, when we get to more of today's top headlines, let's get a check of the weather with meteorologist Zach Scott. Good morning, Zach.
Hey, Joe. We've got changes on the way for 5 Country, especially over the next week to week and a half. We've had a lot of sunshine, a lot of 70s the last few days. We're starting to trend a little bit cooler. It's still not bad Thursday. We've got 60s, mainly because we've got added cloud cover coming in. So it's still the same warm air mass in place that got us to the 70s the last few days. We just don't have all that sunshine helping boost those highs up. Added cloud cover will hold temperatures back into the 60s and likely still a cool day when you factor in the clouds and gusty winds out of the south, 20 to 25 miles per hour for northwest Arkansas this afternoon. And you're talking about winds a little bit lighter, especially into west central Arkansas, where we'll see winds more 5 to 15. Now, eastern Oklahoma, you could bump those winds back up to a little bit more 10 to 20 miles per hour. But highs in the 60s. We've got our first front, which will be, again, the first of multiple fronts that'll be cooling us down as we go into Thanksgiving week. This one comes in as we go into Friday morning, out ahead of it and along it. We can't roll out a spotty shower or sprinkle. It's not going to add up to much. We're talking about a trace of rainfall. Just could see some damp conditions and a few light showers as we get into Friday morning. We'll look for clouds to kind of clear as we go through the afternoon. Maybe some sunshine later in the day for northwest Arkansas. You got that chilly north wind around. Sunshine, low to mid 60s for high Saturday. Joe, if you're heading out to the game Friday night or Saturday night for the Razorbacks in Fayetteville, we'll be in those low 60s for tailgating, but as the game kicks off and gets going, it's going to be one of our coolest ones we've seen. Temperatures dropping through the 50s and into the 40s. Rain chances increase late Sunday. We'll be tracking that sloppy forecast coming up.
All right, thanks for that, Zach. Well, if you're not in the holiday spirit just yet, seeing Christmas lights might help as the downtown Fayetteville Square will start shining bright with the annual Lights of the Ozarks. 5 News reporter Lauren Spencer got a sneak peek on how merry and bright the lights will look this weekend, plus found out how much goes into sprucing up the square.
Everybody feels like Lights of the Ozarks is theirs, and it is. And so I really like that, and it's a great way to kick off the holiday season.
The annual Lights of the Ozarks is returning to the Fayetteville Square for its 30th year. And Friday is the lighting night, where Fayetteville flips the switch on the holiday season with a parade, food, and a special visitor from the North Pole. But how much goes into getting the square lit?
It takes about 6 weeks to put all the lights up. 500,000 lights.
Byron Humphrey, Parks Operations Director for the city, says the 3,000 hours can be long, but so worth it.
On lighting night, when you have a couple thousand people and you hear the oohs and ahs, so it's rewarding.
And a new addition to this year, car-free Friday nights, where the streets will be closed for cars and walkable for pedestrians.
Crowds love to come. We've got lines of cars driving the square. We've got people, all on the sidewalks. We're excited for everyone to come and walk the streets and shop our local businesses. The businesses will be staying open later.
Executive Director for the Downtown Fayetteville Coalition, Kelly Rich, says this is an opportunity to support small businesses as all the foot traffic in the area leads to more holiday shoppers.
Just to come and see what makes Fayetteville so special, and a lot of it is due to our downtown businesses.
CEO for Experience Fayetteville, Molly Ron, says she appreciates how much the community comes together for the annual event.
And the sense of ownership that so many people have. For Lights of the Ozarks, it is a collaborative effort.
In Fayetteville, covering news where you live, Lauren Spencer, 5 News.
Well, the lights will be flipped on tomorrow with the parade starting at 6. Well, thank you for joining us here for some of the top stories around 5 Country. I'm Joe Ellison. Catch up with us again tomorrow right here for more.